Good morning, and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Compressed Air. Today, I have Titus Cantrell from Mac Power. So, welcome, Titus.
Hey, good morning, Danny. Thanks for having me. And I brought my coffee. I think it's obligatory, right? I'm not sure if you can see
Yes.
it, but I have my 40th anniversary Mac Power mug here. So,
There you go. There you go. I know I left mine in the cabinet. I opted for water today. I needed to hydrate, so we're going that route. So I want to do a quick introduction of yourself, maybe for people who aren't familiar with you or who don't know you. I know taking a peek at your page, I learned that you actually were born in South Africa. So quick introduction,
yep.
then we'll hop into some questions.
Yeah. Well, briefly, I work in compressed air. Mac Power's lead system auditor and sales manager. So this is my seventh year in the compressed air industry. And basically, I get to visit customers, talk to them about their compressed air, vacuum, and nitrogen systems, and then see how we can help them out.
I love that. And we're going to talk about that also more in depth. But I do like to always start with a question. What did you actually want to be when you grew up? Because many times it's not compressed air.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I think you've read deeper into my LinkedIn profile than most, which is great. I think I probably spent way too long writing that when I started in sales, and I probably need to update it. But I really wanted to be a pilot, and I actually posted about that recently because
Yes.
I loved flying. I grew up in South Africa. We'd travel back and forth to the States to visit family, and I loved every time we would get on a plane. Every time there'd be an airplane outside, I'd run outside yelling, looking at the sky, saying airplane.
Yeah.
And I really thought I wanted to be a pilot. And then my mom told me, would you like to be home every night? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, pilots don't get to do that. So I said, all right, I'll pick a different job. So I'm thankful for her wisdom that I did not end up being a pilot.
Yes. I was gonna say thank God for moms and be like,
Yeah.
hey, you got to consider all of the things here.
Yep.
So that's great. Although compressed air does take you on planes quite often, I've learned, like, because it's everywhere. So you still at least get that part.
You're right. Yeah. I'm still somewhat interacting with air at least.
There you go. There you go. So you moved from South Africa to now Southern California, and I saw you were at like that was at 17. Like I can't even imagine me, 17-year-old, like moving to a whole nother country, and you did that to study business. Like what was that like? And what did your mom think? Like what did your family think?
Well, let's see. It was kind of, I think I grew up, so my parents are from the States. My dad's
Okay,
from
they
Texas, my
are.
mom's from
Okay.
California. They met here in LA, and then they are missionaries in South Africa for the last 30 years or so. So I was born there, raised there, and actually kind of the simplest path to university where there's actual financial aid and
Mhm.
a really good university. I went to the same university that my parents went to, a small Christian college here in Santa Clarita. And
Okay.
so it was kind of, I was homeschooled. I finished kind of in line with my older brother, who's a year and a half older than me. So that's all credit
Okay.
to my mom. Um, yeah, nothing special. I wasn't skipping grades or exceeding everyone else. I just kind of looked around at 17 and said, I think I'm done with high school. What's next? And they said,
Yeah.
go west, young man. So
Yeah.
uh, headed to the States.
Wow. I love that. I love that so much. That's incredible. So, yeah, even going from there, like the next thing, I read some stuff about robotics and engineering workshops that you were doing. Like, we have to touch on that before we move to compressed air stuff because that is also really cool.
Yeah, so that was a really cool opportunity. Growing up as a homeschooler in South Africa, obviously school is more flexible. It was really rigorous, but also more flexible. And so we
Mm,
were able to work from really in high school, get a job that would take us sometimes 1 or 2 days a week full time. Sometimes we'd go on trips
right.
to neighboring countries like Botswana to lead workshops. And what it was Lego engineering. So the company was Junior Engineers for Africa, and they taught engineering principles with Lego. And so I took their classes all through elementary and high school, and then started as one of their workshop facilitators. And basically, we would teach kids the basics of engineering principles using
Mhm.
Lego. I actually spent most of my time teaching first through third graders. So I
Okay.
ended up leading the workshops, sometimes with as many as 100 or 150 kids. Um, Basically, put this brick on top of
Wow.
that brick, or, what is a gear? A gear is a wheel with teeth, and basic principles like that. But it was a lot of fun. And I just see that that was kind of the Lord's providence in
Yeah.
giving me an introduction to engineering, coming from a pastor's family and getting
Yeah.
a brief introduction to engineering before ending up at Mac Power.
Holy cow. That's insane. Like, I can't even wrap my head around, okay, 100 kids also. Like, my
Yeah.
son had just turned 4, and, like, 100 of him running, like, okay, you're between, like, 5 and 6 with those kids, but 100.
Oh yeah, I mean, keeping the attention of 100 first graders. So now sometimes I end up doing lunch and learns for engineers, and it's similar. Except instead of nodding off, they'll start instead of acting out, they'll start nodding off. So some of the same techniques, just make sure that it's interesting,
Oh
keep eye
my gosh.
contact. Yep.
That's so good. That's so good. Well, and now we have these phones that are talk about distractions. Uh,
Exactly. Yeah.
oh my gosh. That is so cool. Like, that is an amazing, way into engineering. So you came here so you had that engineering experience, then you went to business school, right? You went to school for business?
Yep.
What made
Yeah.
you
So
decide that then instead of, like, going for
yeah, when I moved out, it's a 4-year liberal arts degree. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to study. And so in the
yeah,
first couple of years, I was advised to just take
to
all the
start,
gen ed classes
yeah.
and see what I enjoyed. So
Okay.
I ended up really enjoying economics. And I thought that was normal until I found out that everybody else hated it. Um, so when I was kind of the only student in the class that enjoyed economics, or one of a few, I spoke with my professors and my parents and others, and they said, maybe you should think about studying business. So I took a few accounting classes and found out that I really enjoyed that. And so I decided I would go through and finish with business. I didn't really have any kind of grand scheme for my life and what
Mhm.
I'd do with that, but I knew I
Yeah,
wanted to get a skill.
yeah.
While I was at university, I wanted to take the tougher courses that would really set me up for success.
Mhm.
And so I ended up majoring in finance and management, took my electives in accounting, and was really blessed to have great professors and just
Yeah.
enjoyed my time there.
Wow, okay, so I feel like my next question is kind of obvious. How did you end up in compressed air?
Well, the short answer is I met a girl, and I feel like that's probably the answer for at least many. There seem to be a lot of family connections in this business.
Yes,
Um,
that's
but
true.
yeah, so my second year at university, I was in the international student group, being from South Africa, and I met this really cute girl from Mexico and started getting to know her. And I ended up talking to her dad and asking if I could get to know her better. And he basically, I don't remember if he even said yes. He must have, because we started talking, but I do remember that he said, I want to get to know you better. How about you come work for me? Um,
Oh,
and I
okay.
needed a summer internship, and it was a great opportunity to get to know the family better. So that's what I did. Started at Mac Power, just basically organizing files, reaching out to service customers about overdue quotes, and yeah, here I am, almost. I'm in the seventh year, about 6.5 years later.
Wow. So, instead of assuming, you have to finish this story, so what happened with the girl?
Yep. So she is now my beautiful wife of 5 years,
Oh my
and
gosh, I
yeah,
love
we have a we have a little guy who was born 5 months ago. So she's at home wrangling him as he learns how to crawl.
that. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a beautiful story. I love that. And okay, so now, well, you're still there, so that's good. hopefully
Yep.
good news. So what's it like working with family?
Yeah, for some people, I'm sure it's a mixed bag, and they would say there's pros and cons.
Mhm.
Um, I see really just a huge blessing working with
Yeah.
family that shares the same values. We go to the same church here
Mhm.
in the States. And so it's Mac Power is a third generation family business.
Okay.
My wife's granddad started it 45 years ago in Mexico. And so our major sister company, Compresores Mac Power, is in Mexico. They have 8 branches there run by Steph's siblings. And
Oh,
then her dad moved here with her and her mom in 2018 or 2017 to open up Mac Power in LA. So it's fun. I love working with family because
yeah.
it's our family legacy. It's a tradition of
Mhm.
multiple generations that I get to join in.
Yeah.
And I think it's great because, before I love my father-in-law, I love talking with him, but when the ladies are dress shopping, what are the guys going to talk about? You can only talk about sports for so long. Um, but now we get to talk about compressed air issues. How do we solve this challenge? What do
Yeah.
you think is going wrong with this compressor? What should
Mhm.
we quote here? It's great.
Yeah, that I could definitely see that, and also, now technically they're his grandkids, so, like, if something happens at home like, for me, working and having a kid, it's definitely having parents involved, grandparents, it's a blessing. I was literally just talking to my mom this morning, and my son made a little family tree at school, and he put mom, dad, Owen, and then at the bottom, he put grandma. And then I'm like, "This is perfect," because then now when I need to go to work and of course, they're so supportive of, me and our family, like, just to be able to have that connection, and it's like, "Hey, kids take," like, of course, they're gonna make it work. It's not like working for someone else who's like, "Well, your kid, your problem. You also signed up to work here." So, like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing. And yeah, he loves his grandparents. He's the only grandkid here in the States. So he definitely
Oh,
gets to go
yeah.
in. Uh, yeah.
Yes, I can definitely see that. So now that we are officially introduced to Mac Power, I love this whole story. So what technically does Mac Power actually do?
Yep. So we're a local distributor of compressed air products. So we
Okay.
sell and service primarily Solaire compressors in the LA area, the 5 counties around LA. And
Mhm,
then on top of that, basically everything that comes around the compressed air system. So aluminum pipe, nitrogen generation systems, vacuum
mhm,
pumps, dryers, filters, all of that. So we have a team of service techs that go out in the field and service our customers locally. And
mhm,
then we have a sales, engineering, and auditing department that tries to audit customers' systems, look at the energy efficiency and reliability, and
mhm.
recommend improvements, and basically make sure that whatever we are selling is going to be the right solution for our customers.
Okay, great. So now we're just gonna go a little bit deeper into some of these. So this one's kind of a two-part question because I'm always curious about this too. What is one of the first most challenging and rewarding projects that you have been part of?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's really fun to be in the compressed air industry because we are. I like how Josh put it in your last episode that
Mhm.
we don't matter. We're here to support our customers,
Yeah.
and compressed air is a utility. For most people, they don't want to think about it. They want it to support their operations. And
Mhm,
so I think the most rewarding projects are where we get to see what we're supporting. And when it's something really worthwhile, or maybe we provide a solution that they didn't have before that makes their life a lot easier,
mhm,
that's really rewarding. So, one that comes to mind, there's a large mine in the high desert that is pretty critical to the US supply chain. And we were able to supply a system for them within 6 months, a very large compressed air system that supported all their needs. It provided what they needed at the time they needed it. And
mhm,
it's still working 4 years later, no major failures.
mhm,
That's rewarding to think about, just to know supporting our country, our military, the US supply chain in that
mhm,
way. And then some of the others that are a lot of fun are when, let's say, a customer calls and says, I need a 200 horsepower compressor.
Mhm.
And part of you wants to say, all right, let's do it. You're ready to order a 200 horsepower compressor, but the other part says, hold on, let's visit, let's see what you actually need, let's see what the problem
Yes.
is. And when I get to say, you actually need a 50 horsepower or a 75 horsepower because your piping's undersized or it's short cycling or you don't have any storage,
Mhm.
that's a lot of fun because you get to see what they actually need and be there
Mhm.
to support them. And yeah, it's fun. I love driving by facilities all throughout the area and being able to point out to my wife and someday my son, but others just
Yeah,
I know what they make over there, and our compressors support them, and we get
yeah,
to service them. It's really a privilege.
yeah, it is when like, the general population doesn't actually get to go in and see, like, firsthand what is coming out of some of these factories, and it's literally everything. Like,
Yeah,
everything that we consume, use, eat, drive, we like, we working in compressed air kind of get to see the inner workings of that and, like, actually see it from raw material all the way to being in a literally in a package, in a box, shipping out somewhere.
yeah, yeah,
So
and
it
that's. I
is
mean,
really
I
cool.
had no idea what manufacturing was.
Yeah,
I
same.
couldn't told you what went on in a warehouse, a factory. I had no experience at all, and I remember Javier trying to explain that to me at the beginning of, this pen that I'm writing with, it was made somewhere. I'm like, how, where,
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense. And now, one of the best days recently in the last month or two, I got to see first off where they make all the churros for Disneyland, and then drive straight over from there on the same day to see where they make the Hellfire missile casings.
yeah,
And those are just fun days. It's great to
yeah.
see how those things are made.
Yes, it is a very, very cool perk of what we do also, just like a random facts, and I know my most shocking was a toothbrush manufacturer, like, I never thought about it, there you just go to the store and they're all in the
Yeah.
packages, like, I never thought that someone or a machine was physically, like, weaving the toothbrush bristles into the like, I just never thought how
Yeah.
it's made. Like, I just knew I needed one every day and used it. Yeah, it's super cool.
Cool. I would love to see that process. I'll have to look that up, see if there's any videos of toothbrush
There
manufacturers
are videos,
online.
and you watch
Yeah.
it high speed, and they actually have to slow it down because it literally looks like the toothbrush is just filling up, but
Yeah.
they slow it down, and you see it going in like, putting the, like, little tufts of bristles in. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but when it's high speed, like, it's yeah, it's unbelievable some of the things that technology can do now.
Yeah.
So, very cool. I think we kind of got into this a little bit already. So maybe if this is repeat, what do you enjoy most about your role at Mac Power?
Yeah. I mean, I love seeing how things are made. That's a lot of fun. One of the
Yeah.
other things that I enjoy too is just the mentorship opportunities. I think starting, when I started at Mac Power, I was 18, 19, and getting to be around people like my father-in-law who have been in the industry 40, 45 years and are just overflowing with wisdom that they want to pass down to the next generation
Mhm.
and getting to be a sponge. That's fun. I love going on job walks with him, with other people on our team, with vendors, even with customers, with their plant engineers or maintenance managers. I've learned so much from those people. Um, it's even, yeah, like Josh said last time, I'm a conduit. I'm just passing through what I've learned from all those
Yeah.
people, and it's a lot of fun. I can't believe how many just older, smarter people want to pass on their
Yes.
knowledge to me and let me use it and try to give credit where credit is due and
Mhm.
just support customers with what they've learned over time.
Mhm. Amazing. So going off of that, we are almost at 20 minutes, but I do have some final questions I wanna ask, so no rush on time. But with this wisdom that you're learning being in these facilities, I don't wanna say, like, what are manufacturers doing wrong? Because I don't necessarily think they're doing anything wrong on purpose. What did you just walk into that people are maybe misinformed or think they're doing something the right way when it comes to their compressed air system? Like, is there something that you see just over and over that you can share?
Yeah, I think that's a great perspective. Is manufacturers are maybe misinformed. Their job is to make their product as quickly, as efficiently, as with the highest quality possible.
Yes.
And compressed air is really just there to support their operations. So um,
Mhm,
I I try to walk into facilities and basically with the mentality that Mac Power, my team, myself, we are our job is to be the experts in this system so that we can support the customer and point out things that will improve the way that they're doing it. Um, a lot of plants are running the way that works
mhm,
um, because ultimately for them production is a bottom line. It's how do we make sure this production line does not go down. So
mhm.
it's all the normal things. Give us the highest pressure possible so we make sure that we never have pressure drop. If we do have low pressure anywhere, get us a bigger compressor. If there's any issues with the compressor, replace it, throw it away, buy a new one. Um, so I think the biggest thing that we can help with is making sure that not so much the manufacturers, but the compressed air consultants, companies, professionals
Mhm,
are well informed. First off, using accurate information, taking the time to study and understand their craft, and
mhm.
then teaching, bringing that to the manufacturers and seeing how we can help them and point out these some little things and some big things that will make their operations more reliable. Um, that's I think our job, and the more we can take ownership of that and just be there to support our clients is great.
Mhm. Yes, I love that. So, a final thing, what is coming up for Meg Power?
Well, in some ways, more of the same. We're 45 years young, and we'd like to,
Mhm.
go another 45 years doing the same thing, which is
Yeah.
providing reliable support to local
Mhm.
customers, having the parts in stock, getting a service technician out there as quickly as possible, doing
Mhm.
an excellent job every time. In other ways, obviously, we're improving, we're growing, we're
Yeah.
always looking for new service technicians,
Mhm.
people to help in our parts department, engineering, sales teams. Personally, I'm doing a lot of audits right now.
Yep.
So, learning from experienced auditors and spending a lot of time looking at how compressed air systems work and
Mhm.
taking a deeper dive, doing some data logging. And that's a lot of fun. I think in the next few years, we'll have the ability to go into facilities and do a very, very
Mhm.
thorough audit to present exactly what kind of solution is going to work for them long term. So there's more of that for Mac Power,
Mhm.
and otherwise just partnering with other people in the compressed air industry to
Yeah.
bring the best solutions to the LA area that we can. And yeah, this is fun. No rush. I still have coffee, so thanks
Yeah.
for setting this up.
Yes, of course. I love these conversations. Like, I'm like, if people can't tell, I love these conversations. I like when I have an idea or just kind of look at something, I'm like, okay, let's ask more in depth. But like in a conversation, like typically when it's around work or compressed air, I don't think we would have ever gotten the whole backstory to like about you. And I'm like, how can we work together? Like, this is amazing. Like, I love this. Just as people, as humans, just connecting on a completely different level than just transactional, which is typical business. It's okay, you pay me, I do this, we move on to the next big, better thing. So I love that you guys are just going even deeper into your roots with your faith and just doing good work, like genuinely good, honest work, and then just doing more of that and seeing how you guys can grow in that way. Because sometimes people are like, "Oh, we're gonna go to this and we're gonna try this whole new thing and this whole," and it's like, yeah, but if what you're doing is genuinely helping these manufacturers put out better quality, more products for, the consumers, and sometimes even making it a lower cost for them, to put out more to help out more people. So it's when people think compressed air stuff, it's like you're not helping. Like, who are you helping really? But it's really everyone.
Yeah.
So it like you can genuinely change lives. I was talking with um, one of my colleagues, and I said, "What we do in this compressed air world is kind of insane because not only do we help individuals, so say you're working with an engineer or a facilities manager who's just so lost and deep and trying to solve this problem alone and being able to go in there and change his work life, and it just for that one person even, and then in doing that, you genuinely change the operators' lives because once you optimize the compressed air, it's it's safer, it's quieter, it can work more efficient, more effective, the company's saving money, they can invest in other new things, so then you're helping now the company, in that way,
Yeah.
and then what they sell, and then to the people, the consumers, they see that, or the people that live in that area, like, you're helping local manufacturers reduce their carbon footprint, that's helping offload the California grid. I learned that they have mandatory times where they shut people's electricity off that I cannot imagine someone
Yeah.
telling me, "Hey, your electricity is gonna have to be off for even 1 hour on this day." I'm gonna be like, "What?" So, like, it's just it's overwhelming to think about, like, a good overwhelming, like, how much of an impact some of this work that, we all get to be a part of does.
Yeah, yeah. Like you said, it really touches everything. It's the fourth utility, as a lot
Mhm,
of people call it. And I completely agree that one of the most rewarding and exciting parts about this job, and I'm sure of many others, but
mhm,
especially in this industry, is the relationships. Just getting to develop those long-term relationships with a maintenance manager, a facilities
mhm,
manager, an engineer. Um, when I land at like a large cement plant or a mine site, if we have to hop in a truck and drive for an hour to get out to the compressed air area, that's one of the best parts. That's a lot of fun.
mhm.
Just to, learn about their families,
Yeah,
connect at a deeper level than just work, but then also earn their trust through work and
yes.
do it the way that we promised to do it and honor our word. We
Mhm,
have our motto at Mac Power is I serve with integrity. That's a banner inside every warehouse because that really develops a long-term friendships and relationships
mhm,
that allow us to support people and also just have fun doing it. Uh,
mhm.
it's a really fun industry and it's fun to develop relationships and it's been great to get to know you as well over the last couple of months as well.
Yes, yes, thank you. Yeah, it's a pleasure. So before we wrap up, which we will wrap up now, what territories does Mac Power cover? Like if anyone's listening and they want to reach out or they're having some of the issues that we've spoken about, who do they contact? Where do you guys go? Where are you flying to?
Yep. Yes, we cover Mac Power in LA covers the 5 counties around Los Angeles.
Okay.
So LA, Orange, Riverside, San Bernardino, and Ventura County. We
Mhm,
can get service technicians out there, parts, service, new equipment, and compressed air audits. And
mhm.
then the sister company in Mexico has 8 branches covering most of the country. So if you have any compressed air, nitrogen generation, or vacuum needs, definitely reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can look up our websites and we will respond really quickly to any inquiries that come in to our website. We do pick up the phone, and we'll look forward to supporting anyone that's listening. Yep.
I love that. Well, thank you so, so much, and may God continue to bless your family, your business, and whatever you guys are looking to do moving forward. This was such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Danny, and same to you.
Of course. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you guys in the comments.
Bye.
Bye.